Hi everyone, my name is Angela Stevens and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm also a legal parenting coach. And if you look on my page, you can see that I have a flyer which tells you a little bit about my services. You're more than welcome to look at the top of my page and reach out to me via email or my phone number is there as well. But I wanted to talk to you today about the conflict cycle that a narcissist um, effects upon you. When you're in a custody battle, these things can last in family court for many years. And what I'm about to say is probably the hardest thing for the target parent to understand. And that is that um, you can't break the conflict cycle of a narcissist. There is no negotiating. There is no being nice to them, being compassionate, being empathetic, and gaining points for any of that. The only way that you can essentially rid yourself of the cycle is unfortunately to extinct the narcissist from your life and to completely disengage, which is a little bit impossible if you've got an open custody case going. And narcissists will use like the parenting apps, they'll use their attorneys, they'll find any way that they can to continually contact you to garner not necessarily answers, but to garner visceral responses from you. This is sort of a domestic attack, if you will. It certainly is, in my opinion, domestic abuse and domestic violence emotionally. And so, believe me, there is no answer that you can have. If you gave them everything, you would still not satisfy the narcissist. Doesn't matter how many years, they will come back with wanting even more than what they've already gotten. So, just to repeat that, there is no response that ends the cycle except for no response. You can find that in the literature everywhere, and so that's pretty common. But again, it's possibly the hardest thing for the clients that I see to really grasp onto and stick with. They hear the app go ding and they know that it is the other parent, and they know that it's probably the other parent up to no good, but they still jump and they still rush to that message and they still respond and they still get completely worked up and hypervigilant about the situation. So, extincting the narcissist and disengaging them as much as you possibly can is critical. If you're in an open case, there are times when you should be responsive. Otherwise, that may be used against you. And that would be a time when there is an emergent situation with your children, physically, emotionally, or financially. So, those are the times when you want to respond to the narcissist. In any other case, the longer you stay engaged, the more ammo they have, and they will turn this perception onto you that makes you completely look unstable. It makes you look like you're the antagonist when you go into court. You don't look like the innocent person. You don't look like the target parent. You look like you're the drama queen. You're the problem. And so their goal is to use whatever ammo they can get from you to paint you in an unstable light so that they can take your kids. So if you've got to stand up for yourself with the narcissist, if they're beating you up or whatever, and you just can't ignore them, then go ahead and speak up. But know that once you've said your piece, try to do that professionally because you don't want them to have any ammo. But once you've said your piece, just close the door, close the app, lock it, throw away the key, and the only way that you're going to break free from the conflict cycle is to just completely disengage and extinct yourself from the narcissist life. Every child custody case, every divorce case has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's just that some of those cases last for years and years and years, where there might be high conflict involved. And the courts, when you come to the courts and you're looking for some justice and you're looking for compassion and somebody to help you through that time, which is very sensitive to you, that's typically not what you find. Attorneys will escalate to make money. um, Solving problems and finding solutions too quickly doesn't fill or line their pockets. So they escalate. These attorneys that you work with typically work with each other throughout the duration of their entire careers, sometimes 25, 30 years, and they're working with the judges as well. So sometimes I've literally seen black and white collusion between your attorney and the opposing counsel, where they are deciding the outcome of the case and they're telling you one thing and doing something different. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, what they're doing is giving the narcissist everything they want. And the reason why is because they know that the narcissist will never quit. So these things drag out for long periods of time, and it ends up with you having, some level of post-traumatic stress. And honestly, by the time you're done with all of this court stuff, I would say it rises to the level of complex post-traumatic stress. You've been engulfed in stress and anxiety for so long that you're completely traumatized. And it's no good for you. It's no good for the kids. So again, when you do finally get to a point where you can completely extinct the narcissist out of your life, that's perfect. That's wonderful. Do it. But throughout the case, you've got to find a way to disengage with the narcissist as much as you possibly can, as difficult as that may be. And again, as I mentioned, it is very difficult.